Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Barrie. Thank you for joining me for this Better Reading Live event. I'm really happy to be here with you all tonight. Hopefully, you've got a drink and some nibblies and your feet up. I've just spent a fabulous afternoon speaking at your minor library, and they gave us these very yummy but very bad chocolates. So I'm going to nibble on those if you don't mind, and champagne. So cheers. Let's see. I am really hoping you've got lots of questions for me because I would much rather have a conversation with you than talk at you. So just jump in whenever you like, and that would be really great. Hi, Jessica. Okay. That said, I'm here to tell you a little bit about my new book, Retribution. So here it is. This is the story of a woman who is determined to bring a sociopathic child predator to justice at any cost. It's fine to read as a standalone, but it is a follow-on from this book, Unforgiven. So both stories center around a character called Lexi Winter. To introduce Lexi, for those who aren't familiar with her, Lexi Winter is a street-smart woman who stood on her own 2 feet since childhood. She was a victim of the Spider, who was a notorious pedophile. All she cares about when we first meet Lexi is a roof over her head and a long-term relationship with Jack Daniels. She isn't particular about who she sleeps with as long as they pay before leaving. So Lexi's also, though, a talented hacker, which she learnt from a less than above board job that she did early on. And in Unforgiven, she's recently started using what she knows to help her sister Bailey to track down and trap local pedophiles for the police. So Unforgiven really follows Lexi's evolution from this starting point towards reaching her potential, and she does this through working to catch the men that caused her so much grief as a child. Who else have we got? Wow. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Jane. Hi, Christy. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Lynette. Oh, wow. Thank you all for coming. This is great. Make sure you've got some questions for me. Oh, and you're showing me where you come from. That's awesome. Wagga, Bundaberg. So we've got people from everywhere. I'm at Culnura on my farm in New South Wales on the Central Coast. So that's where I'm. Hey, Kate. How are you? Okay, so Retribution. Let's get started. Hi, Amy. Hi, Lynette. In Retribution. Okay, Lexi is now a police officer, and I don't know if you can see it, but as the tagline says, she doesn't play by the rules. Let's see. Karen. Hi, South Australia. Awesome. And someone from Victoria that I can't quite see. Oh, Jessica, you're from Camperdown, Victoria. Awesome. Okay. So one of Lexi's main character traits is that she sees right and wrong as more important than following the law. So in her experience, the law doesn't always equal justice. And this is what gets her into a lot of trouble in both of the books. Sometimes it can be a little bit of fun, but also doesn't always end well. Hi, Rayleigh. Oh, thank you. That's great. You've got both of them already. Kate, loved it. Will there be more Lexi to come? Absolutely. At least 2 more books. I'm really enjoying writing Lexi at the moment, and I have no intention of stopping while everyone else is enjoying it too. So absolutely be more. Jane says, where do you get your ideas from, and in particular this one? Okay, well, Lexi came about because of somebody that I know very well that had a pretty rough start to their childhood, and I was really shocked and horrified, and I just couldn't quite get over how common an occurrence it was. And, childhood sexual abuse is just horrible, and a lot of people were suggesting that maybe I don't write this book, but it stuck with me, and I just had to put it out there. And the only way that I can put those sorts of things out there is to obviously write fiction, and that's what I did. And Lexi is the result of that. She is the victim that turns vigilante, that turns cop, that just manages to overcome these horrible, horrible obstacles. And that's what I really needed, for this idea. So, Sharon, how do you choose your characters' names? Do you know what? I think they just kind of come as you write them. I don't always know what they're going to be called beforehand, but as I'm writing, they just kind of evolve in my head generally. It's very rare that I will know I'll settle on a name right from the beginning of the book. Patricia, love Lexi. Thank you. Hi, Shara. Thank you. You love this series. That's awesome. Let's see. What else have we got? Best news ever. Thank you. Why can't I see these bottom comments? If I don't reply straight away, as soon as you pop up a little bit further, I will. Okay. So I've sort of already talked to you about the motivation behind writing these books with Jane's question. The idea of doing them on the Central Coast was pretty simple because I live here and I get to drive around, and I really like just driving around and looking at different places and figuring out what might happen there. If something looks a little bit creepy, then that's a really good spot to do something. And Lexi's story just fit in really well with all of that. I wanted to have police headquarters in there, which is, of course, in Sydney, so I didn't want it too far away from there. And yeah, it's just been really fun to write about a place that you know so well. Okay. Have you published any books prior to this series? Yes, Wendy, I have. I have a few romantic suspense series, the Hunter's Ridge series, and I wonder if I can see. And so the Hunter's Ridge series, I don't know if you can see them, the Calico Mountain series there. That was before I switched to crime writing. So they're a little bit different. They still are suspense. They have plenty of that in them, but they have a romance as well if you like that. What do I like to read? Anything scary. Although it varies. If it's got a really twisty plot to it, a bit of a mystery, anything that's that I have to figure out that's shocking, I'll read it. I love it. Greer, hi Sarah. I'm new to reading. What one of your books should I read first? Hi, Unforgiven. If you like crime, Unforgiven. If you like something that has a bit of romance and suspense in it, then try Bletchley River. Okay. Kate, so awesome to hear there is going to be more. Will. Oh, that's the question I get so often. You know what? We'll see. You never know. Lexi's never even been on a date. You know, she's very much her own person. But you know, never say never. Did you always know you wanted to be an author? From Patricia. Yes, absolutely. Even when I was writing stories and hiding them under the bed because I was too embarrassed to show anybody. Anne, hi from Perth. Enjoyed both of these fast-paced. Thank you, Anne. That's great. Amy Louise, what series do you suggest to start with? Well, again, if you're a crime person, Unforgiven and Retribution. So that's the Lexi Winter series, and there should be at least 4 of those to keep you going. 1 a year at least for the next 2 years after these 2. Patricia, love the Hunter's Ridge series. Thank you, Patricia. Amy Louise, are there any audio? Yes, they're all in audiobook format. So the Calico Mountain series and both Retribution and Unforgiven are available on audio. Okay. So what else have we got? Okay, the motivation for such a sensitive topic. Okay, yeah. Yes, it's about a child that was abused. There's nothing explicit about that. I couldn't write it and I wouldn't want to. My main point for that was simply to show someone overcoming almost, insurmountable odds, basically, and surviving and thriving and doing it her way. So I wanted an anti-hero because you don't grow up with that, and then on the streets, then turn into the perfect law-abiding citizen? Of course you don't. So can we have someone that everyone can root for and everyone wants to see win, but not have them be perfect? And that's what I've tried to create in Lexi. All right, what else? Oh, keep the questions coming, guys. It's great. Okay, so also in Retribution, of course, Lexi's got some unresolved business with a criminal who has ties to the spider. I don't want to give too much of this book away, obviously, because I know that a lot of you won't have had a chance to read it yet. I do apologize to everyone that can't get it. It is selling really well, which is great, but, I don't like to hear that you can't get your hands on a copy either. One of my readers earlier said that it was available on Amazon. Perhaps think about that. But there's your local bookshop should get them in for you. I mean, if they should be able to order them in, and they hopefully won't be too far away. Wendy, well and truly behind. We'll have to remedy this. Great, Wendy. Thank you. Sharon Hill, love the covers. Do you have much input into the covers? Yes and no. Like, there is the most amazing art team. My publishers, HQ Fiction, have, and they will show you the covers and they'll say, would you like to have any input? But honestly, I mean, I love these. I love that they're similar but different. I can't get that straight. It's backwards. There we go. I think they go really well. I think they sort of illustrate the tone of the book really well. I don't know what everyone else thinks. But yeah, we get a little bit of input and final yes. But again, I've never been unhappy with any of the covers that I've had. Can't quite read that one yet. Okay, so again, I don't want to give too much away about Retribution, but there is plenty of conflict, action, and tricky situations for Lexi to get herself out of along the way. Kate, Flynn's ex-wife was a handful. Here we go. Didn't love her. Was she based on an experience? Not a personal experience of mine, no. But I so often read in books where the husband is always giving the wife a hard time, and I totally get that happens a lot. But Finn is such a lovely, sweet character, and I needed some conflict there, and I just thought perhaps we can reverse this situation, because it does happen to both partners, and I just didn't want Finn to be the bad guy. What does your writing day look like? Thanks, Jane. It's all over the place. I know that some authors have fabulous routines and they know what they're doing every day and it's set out. I'm a mum. We have a farm. We've got animals. We've got orchids. My husband has a nursery. I spend 2 or more hours in the car on a school day. So depending on what else has to happen, the writing has to fit in around that. So sometimes I'll get 3 hours in the morning to write. Other times I'll be lucky if I'm write 3 words, or I have to stay up until sort of 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to get anything done. So I don't have the perfect routine for writing at the moment. What field of work were you in prior to writing books? Okay, so I was a nanny for a little while, and then I was a vet nurse, and then I studied to become a teacher, and I also did agriculture. So I ended up breaking in horses, showing them for other people, working on horse studs, and then I started teaching full time. I taught for 10 years in a primary school until I better have a glass of champagne. Now I can speak again. No, apparently I can't. Primary school, and then I had my kids. So I stopped doing that for a while. And then I submitted an article to a magazine, and I was lucky enough they were looking for a new editor, and that all just kind of fell in my lap. And I edited 2 equestrian magazines for another 3 or 4 years, and then From there on, I became an author. So I've done lots of things. I get bored very easily, but not with writing. I've stuck with this one, a lot longer than anything else. What else have I got? Titles. I am terrible. Honestly, I'm terrible at titles. No clue. I put them in, I submit them, I talk to my publisher, and no, they never choose them. So I'm lucky that I have a great team of people around me that are really, really good at that sort of thing. Um, Unforgiven. I I really liked Vigilante, but that was too common. So we went with Unforgiven, and now I love it, and I couldn't see it titled anything else. And Retribution just fit along with that really well. So what am I writing now? Yes, I'm writing another Lexi, but I have no clue what it's going to end up being called. Okay. Hi, Meredith. Hi, Sarah. Sorry I have jumped on late. Oh, that's fine. Haven't read any of your books yet, but have read great reviews about your new book. Look forward to reading one of your books soon. Thanks, Meredith. That's great. Linda. Unforgiven, you donated to the library I run at Mum's Cottage. Oh, Linda, hello. Yes, I remember you. You won Retribution on Better Reading Site. Oh, congratulations. Had good feedback from the borrowers. One question I just can't quite see that yet. All right, I will get back. Oh, here we go. Thank you. One question I get asked when your next book, I guess that is, comes out. Now I can tell them, as you said, 2 in the next 2 years. Yeah. All things going to plan, one at the end of next year, one at the end of the year after that. Yeah, so thank you for all those questions so far. We've got lots and lots more time. I would be really interested, actually. I know we don't normally do this, but I'd be interested in hearing what you guys think Lexi should be getting into. I had a lovely lady message me probably a week ago now, and she had all these ideas of how she thinks well, first of all, Lexi and Finn, that's the major one that I get, but also a few other things that she thinks might be going to go on in book 3. If you've read book 2 and you think you might know where it's leading, it's always fun to have a little look at that. But if not, then yeah, like I said, I can't say too much about it because I don't want to give anything too much away. All right. We had a wonderful time down at your minor library. Amanda, Tia Cooper and I had a wonderful time down at your minor library this afternoon, and we gave away some books. And what I said to everybody that couldn't get them was, if you really can't get a hold of a book, please do message me, because I can often point you in the right direction. And I'm more than happy if you want to send me books to get them signed for yourself or for anybody else that you want to send them to as well. I would love to see everyone get theirs for Christmas if they've pre-ordered them. But again, just do let me know, okay? And I'll see what I can do about it. Okay. Wendy, what a wonderful variety of occupations. Was thinking you were one of the few that haven't come from some journalism or such. Then you mentioned what you actually led you into writing. Yeah. Well, look, writing stories was always my number one thing that I loved. I just couldn't see myself ever succeeding at it. So yes, I did all those other things, but I think I was just unsettled because I did want to write fiction. Amy, will you sign our books when we get them? Of course I'll sign your books when you get them. Absolutely no problem. I'm always happy to sign books. Jeanette, love Devil's Lair. Oh, Devil's Lair, wow. Thank you. I haven't thought about that one for a little while. That was a while ago now. I did like sort of playing around with paranormal, but not paranormal. Like that was a little bit different to anything I'd written before. So that was good. And I got to try and make it really creepy, which I really enjoyed as well. What have we got? Have Unforgiven here to read. Didn't realize there are so many in between. Yep. I've written 9 books now. So the first one was Secrets of Whitewater Creek. And then the Hunter's Ridge trilogy came next. So we have Legacy, Shadows and Promise, and then the Calico Mountain trilogy, which is a little bit more suspenseful again. And that is Blood Tree River, Devil's Lair, as you mentioned, and Deadman's Track. So there's plenty there to read if you haven't read them yet. Kate. Lexi will definitely work best as a detective, but she needs more time as a... Surely. Though, will she find it hard to partner up? Definitely work best as a detective, but she needs a little bit more time. Oh, I think I get what you mean. Yes, totally. I mean, Lexi's been on her own forever, and she's very independent, and she does not have a good opinion of relationships. She's never had one modeled to her. So, if Finn manages to try and convince her to go in that direction, it's not going to be an easy road. We'll just have to see how that goes. What do I read in my downtime, Jane? Just about, well, at the moment, I'm reading a lot of ARCs for upcoming books, which is really good because I love to get my hands on them early and have a read. And that just depends on what's coming out. I like to read comedies occasionally because I read a lot of crime, a lot of thrillers, even a little bit of horror sometimes, so it's not my favorite. But yeah, at the moment, it's whatever comes in the mail, basically. And I've just read so many really good books lately that are about to be on the shelves. So it's a really exciting time. Okay. And there's another one down the bottom from Patricia. Do you travel to libraries for author promotions? Yes. This afternoon, I was at Umina with Tia Cooper. I'm going to be at Harry Hartog's at Green Hills on Friday. It has slowed down a lot since COVID. We haven't really been doing much in the way of traveling to libraries, but hopefully, that's all going to improve again now, because I really love it. Like, I love to talk to people. It's much easier to talk to people face to face than on a computer screen because I can't see you, and I really love to engage with people that way. So hopefully before too long, I'll be going to a lot of libraries again, and with Retribution and those books from then on. Okay, do we have any more questions? If you do have questions that you can't think of now and you still want to ask them, just pop them on here. I will check later on, or send them to me on my Sarah Barrie Author Facebook page. I will get back to you. So don't think that, you've missed an opportunity to ask a question when we wrap up here. Okay, I think that looks like everybody. All right, I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. I know you've all got other things to do, and it's lovely to talk to you. And yeah, I can't wait to see you if you're out and about at libraries and I'm there, or with my next book. So thanks again. Cheers.